You are Locked On Red Sox POSTCAST, part of Locked On Sports Boston. On the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, it was not the prettiest of victories. Kenley Jansen certainly did make you sweat in the bottom of the ninth inning, but in the end, the Red Sox do manage a victory, winning 2-1 in comeback fashion against the Rays. They struck out way too many times with a 2-1 victory for the Red Sox in the clubhouse at Tropicana Field in St. Pete, Florida, watching the Twins and Guardians from Cleveland there in extra innings, all tied up, and the Guardians looking for a victory to keep the Red Sox faint wild card hopes alive. With that, we welcome you to our latest Locked On Red Sox POSTCAST. I'm Steve Lennox. I've covered amateur, college, minor league, major league baseball, and radio and TV going way back to 1997, the same year that Wally the Green Monster became the official mascot of the Boston Red Sox. And no, we are not the same age. We are providing reaction to every Red Sox game on the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel, as well as the Locked On Red Sox podcast feed, which is free and available wherever you get your podcast. On our latest Locked On Red Sox POSTCAST, we're going to discuss the Red Sox hitters piling up strikeouts yet again. Can you change this lineup for the last week plus of the regular season? I've got some thoughts on that. Rafael Devers, his struggles continue. And maybe, forget maybe, we're scoreboard watching for the Twins and Guardians in Cleveland. We want to hear from you, our everydayers and our first-timers. Join the conversation, watching live on the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel. Hit us up in the comments section. Right there, hit the comment button and join the Sox conversation. You can also hit me up on the X at Linux on baseball. Questions, comments, or concerns are certainly welcomed. Our latest episode of the Locked On Red Sox POSTCAST is brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off of your first purchase. Well, pitching. 2-1 ball game, low scoring. You expect that against the Rays. Ryan Pepiot is a very good pitcher. But as I've said, really since I don't even know how far back, probably the Dodgers series, Red Sox, in terms of hitting, for months now, they've made good to above average pitchers look like superstars. Guardians have walked off the Minnesota Twins. So I put it out there on X earlier today at Linux on Baseball. Wouldn't it be something? And now all you need is a win in the finale against the Rays on Thursday. I'll get back to Pepiot in just a moment. You need a win, and you need a Twins loss, and you're 3 back going into the series against the Twins Friday night at Fenway Park. You'd be 3 back with a 3-game series. Do you need a sweep? Absolutely. Do you need the Tigers to lose, the Mariners to lose? Yes, you do. But you've needed help from other teams for quite a while now. Alex Cora said it over the weekend against the Yankees, and I chuckle right now. Not right now, but tomorrow, if we're in a similar spot, Red Sox beat the Rays, Guardians beat the Twins, you're 3 back. That's what they've been talking about. A fighter's chance, a puncher's chance. That could happen on Thursday. Is it going to happen? Who knows at this point in time? What do you know about this team? I know what we don't know, and I'm going to get to that. That's coming up as well in our second segment. But a big win. Back to 500. You avoid, with the win, the Red Sox avoid falling to 2 games under 500. They did that back in May and lost 4 in a row. They fell to 200 for the at that point against the Cardinals. With that, they won the series finale, snapped a 4-game losing streak, won the next 4. They have not been 2 games under 500 since that point. With the win on Wednesday night against the Rays, they pick up the victory. Now, back to 500, Jarren Duran. Trevor Story, the story in this one. Trevor Story. 1-0 ball game until the 6th inning. Ryan Pepiot in the 5th inning struck out 3 Red Sox hitters on 9 straight pitches. Are you surprised by that? No. Wong, Abreu, Casas. Strikeout on 3 pitches. Strikeout on 3 pitches. Strikeout on 3 pitches. And then Story in the 6th inning. Home run. Boom. 1-1 ball game. 1-1 until the 8th inning. Story, a base hit. Stole second. Valdez pinch hitting. Didn't move the runner to third, so an unproductive out. But Story said, you know what? I'll get to third. And that helped. because he got to third less than 2 outs, 1-1 ball game. The Rays had to bring the infield in. Jarren Duran, if the infield's back, Duran ground ball in the infield, he's out. Story moves to third, he's there with 2 outs. Duran with the base hit. That was the big base hit. And Duran needed it. The Red Sox needed it. But Duran, prior to that, 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Rafael Devers, again, 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts. After Duran's base hit, Devers hit into a double play to end the inning. Chris Martin got the job done in the 8th inning. The Red Sox bullpen, we'll touch on it. Kenley got the first 2 batters in the bottom of the 9th inning, then walked 2. They moved up to 2nd and 3rd. He came back, got a strikeout, ball game over. Jansen, the save, 27th on the year, continues to add to his career list in terms of saves. I think that was, 447. The Red Sox pick up the victory. Duran came up with the big hit. We'll touch on the bullpen with a tip of the cap coming up in our next segment. But Ryan Pepiot, getting back to Pepiot, the Rays starter, career high 12 strikeouts over 6 innings. He was done after 6. First Nesson reference, Dave O'Brien, Will Middlebrooks talked about Pepiot not being happy with Kevin Cash the last time out, threw less than 40 pitches, was taken out of the ballgame. His velocity started to decrease a little bit. But Pepiot, 6 innings, career high 12 strikeouts. He threw 76 pitches in 6 innings. He easily could have gone at least 1 more, maybe 2. Understanding where they're at in the situation, he's done after 6. But he struck out 12. Normally, when you see a pitcher strike out 10 or more, their pitch count is going to be up there. Pepiot, 12 strikeouts over 6 innings. 3 of those strikeouts on 9 pitches in the 5th inning. Pepiot, only the 2nd pitcher this year with an immaculate inning. Michael Kopech, when he was with the White Sox in July, did it against the Minnesota Twins. So the Red Sox pick up the 1-run win. Before we tip our cap in the next segment to the bullpen, Tanner Houck did pitch. He went 4. 60 pitches total for Houck. Gave up the only run to the Rays. That came in the 2nd inning. And Houck, overall, sharp over 4 innings. Taylor Walls touched him up for the base hit. But you want to see Houck go out there again. Will Middlebrooks, second Nesson reference, said, you want to finish the season. You don't want to end up on the injured list. You don't want to end up, not being able to play, make your final start, or playing the final series if you're a position guy. Speaking of which, does anyone know where Rob Refsnyder is? Remember, he was a scratch early on in the series against the Yankees. I think it was game 1 last Thursday. We have not heard anything about Rob Refsnyder since then. Could use his bat in the lineup. But the Red Sox, striking out 14 times, managed to pick up the win. Jansen leaving the tying run at 3rd, the potential winning run at 2nd in the 9th inning. Jansen and the Red Sox, they're going to make you sweat, but they got the job done. Red Sox do pick up the win. If you're with us on the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel, you want to join the conversation, feel free to do so. DJ, checking in. Might have been ugly, but a win is a win. Absolutely. There are no style points. If you look at the standings on ESPN.com or any website, MLB.com, there's no column for style points, DJ, and especially at this point in the season. And they're just reeling us in a little bit more. Again, you look at what the situation could be on Thursday going into the Minnesota series. Win the finale, win the series against the Rays. You're only as good as your next day starting pitcher. Who's that going to be? Is it going to be Bayo on what would be regular rest? It's TBA right now, but I'm going to get into how little we know. I don't call myself a reporter. I'm not around the team every day. But the way Alex Cora has used his bullpen over the first 2 games of the series, something's going on. Houck went 4, 5 relievers, 5 scoreless innings. With the win, Red Sox back to 500, 10 to go in the regular season, lead the season series against the Rays 5-4, and now 4-1 at Tropicana Field, a place they have not won a whole heck of a lot over the last couple of years. And again, Red Sox avoid going to 2 games under 500 with the victory as well. A tip of the cap to the bullpen. Who pitches on Thursday in the finale? What are the Red Sox doing over the final 10 games of the regular season as well? And they're certainly making it interesting for us, that is for sure. All of that next. Locked On Red Sox postcast. Glad you're with us. We do tip our cap to our everydayers, and Locked On Red Sox Postcast, Locked On Sports Boston, your team every day, presented by FanDuel. You've heard us talk about FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. Well, we have something a little bit different for you right now to consider. Now through September 22nd, all FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get a 3-week free trial of NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Then with a YouTube TV base plan, you are going to be able to watch every regular season Sunday afternoon at a market game. All you will need is a Google account and a current form of payment, and you can cancel anytime. Just visit FanDuel.com. That's FanDuel.com to download America's #1 sports book. Locked On Sports Boston, again, your team every day. Locked On Red Sox Postcast presented by Game Time. Game Time does have a new feature. It's called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets for your favorite live events even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste your time searching through thousands of tickets. With Game Time, simple. You get your seat views, panoramic views from your seat in the app before you hit the purchase or buy button. With Game Time, you get the lowest price guaranteed, or Game Time is going to credit you 110% of the difference. Game Time ticket coverage. Your purchase covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. With Game Time, you get the lowest price guarantee, event cancellation protection, and 24-hour returns guaranteed as well. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create your account, use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase with Game Time. Terms to apply. Again, create your account, redeem code LOCKEDONMLB, $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it? You know what time it is. It's game time. So the Sox pick up the victory. Let's go scoreboard watching here. Guardians walk it off in the bottom half of the 10th inning. Twins got 2 in the top of the 10th. Guardians 3 runs in the bottom half of the 10th inning. Win that game Wednesday night in Cleveland by a score of 5-4. Guardians trying to wrap up the AL Central, now 21 games over 500. Looks like the Tigers are leading. Right now, you're aiming for the Twins. You know you have Detroit in front of you. You've got the Mariners in front of you. Right now, you're rooting for the Yankees. They'll continue their series. They're continuing their series in Seattle against the Mariners tonight. But right now in the 7th inning, Tigers leading the Royals 4-1. The Royals are continuing to scuffle just a little bit right now. Let's see if we can get an updated look here at the wild card standings. Have they updated it? Yeah, Red Sox 4 back. So you've got Detroit. If they could pick up a win, they'd be a half game back. Yes, you're worried about the Tigers, but the Tigers, like the Red Sox, looking up at Minnesota right now for that 3rd wild card spot in the American League. I said it weeks ago, sort of sarcastically or tongue-in-cheek, who wants to win that 3rd wild card spot? And I don't care. You can come back to me the 2nd week of October and say, what did it make a difference with the Red Sox making it as the 3rd wild card? They lost 2-0 and their season was over anyway. They battled down the stretch over what is now the final 10 games of the regular season just to lose 2 games. No, you get to the postseason and things change. Even the experience. If you're swept in 2 games and then your season is done, I don't care. It's experience. You've now got it on the resume, and some guys will have postseason batting or postseason pitching on their baseball reference page if they can get there. If they can get there. Jack checking in. Happy to see Story swinging the bat tonight. Go Sox. Trevor Story was the story. Jack, appreciate you checking in. Yeah, that's a veteran for you. I mean, look what he did after the immaculate inning thrown by Ryan Pepio as Story hits the home run in the 6th inning. Bear with me for just a moment. I do want to see, I believe Story. Let's get to the 6th inning here real quick. Story. Yeah, first pitch. 4-seam fastball, 92 on ESPN.com. Pepio throws 9 pitches, gets 3 strikeouts in the 5th. Story says, you know what? Watch this. Hold my beer. Hold my chew. Hold my Gatorade. Hold my liquid IV. Ties the game up. Then in the 8th inning, reaches with an infield base hit, steals 2nd, steals 3rd, scores on the Duran base hit. Red Sox managing 6 hits total. That's an onslaught for the Red Sox. Their hitters are red hot. Let's get into this. Let's tip our cap. Before I say change it up, let's tip our cap to the bullpen. And again, I had on there, we know very little. We don't know what's going on with Alex Cora, Andrew Bailey, and the Red Sox pitching staff right now, right? You saw Winkowski work extended in the opener and gave up the 3 spot in the bottom of the 8th inning, made it from a 5-3 ball game to an 8-3 ball game. That turned out to be the final. But it was just curious as to why Winkowski was pitching into the 8th inning when he had given you 2+ scoreless. Wednesday night, Houck, you had a feeling he wasn't going very deep. He went 4 innings. Then the bullpen took care of it the rest of the way. And Will Middlebrooks made mention of it with Dave O'Brien in conversation on the Nesson broadcast Wednesday night. Since the All-Star break, out of the All-Star break against the Dodgers, you might have gotten hitting there, but you didn't get pitching. Maybe you got hitting and you scored 6 or 7 runs, and the Sox starting pitchers held it down, but then the bullpen would implode. Haven't had all facets of the game going for you during what has been a miserable stint since the All-Star break. Don't call it the second half, because 81 games is the midway point. That happens well before the All-Star break. Technicality, yes, but I use that. Since the All-Star break, it's been miserable. But Tristan Casas played some good defense. That's what the Red Sox need. Errorless baseball. Great to see Wednesday night. Casas helped turn a double play. That was with Martin on the mound in the 8th inning. Started it, ended it. 3-6-3. Casas, Story, back to Casas, inning over. Penrod. Zach Penrod is penning himself a nice story. Worked a scoreless 5th inning. Criswell. No Cooper Criswell on Thursday for the finals. TBA. Could be Bayo. Pitch Saturday. He would work on normal rest. The off day could have pushed him back to the series, and maybe that's what they're going to do. Maybe Bayo would go game 1 against the Twins on Friday. Right now, speculation. I don't have Nesson on. I don't know if they've asked Alex Cora about who starts on Thursday in the finale against the Rays. What you do know is you can keep the Rays at bay offensively. Yes, they scored 8 runs in the opener. They're not a team that comes back from behind an awful lot. Yes, they came from behind on Tuesday night. But if you can break out against Littell early on in the game on Thursday and then give your pitchers a little, basically, cushion, get it done. But a tip of the cap, Penrod, scoreless 5th inning. Criswell, worked the scoreless inning. Criswell goes 1. Again, we don't know. But Criswell goes 1. Could he come back and be the opener or work another inning on Thursday? I hate saying it, but it looks like an opener and a bullpen day for the Red Sox on Thursday with 10 games to go in the regular season. Penrod, Criswell, Slayton, 1 inning, 2 hits, 2 strikeouts. Martin, 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 strikeout, got the double play. Jansen, 1 inning, did walk 2, struck out 2 as well. 11 strikeouts for Houck and the relievers along the way. And Kenley Jansen, you ruined it for me. I don't have to go to numbers of the night because he ruined it for me. He walked a batter with 2 outs. Then he walked a second batter with 2 outs. Prior to Jansen in the 9th inning with 2 down and the bases empty, walking back-to-back hitters, Red Sox pitchers hadn't walked a batter all night long. Was ready to put it in there. No walks for a 10th time this season. Nope, Kenley walked 2. But he left them in 2nd and 3rd, and the game came to an end as he got the final out there as well. You go from there. Okay. This was before Duran came through with the base hit in the 8th inning that broke the 1-1 tie and scored Trevor Story from third with the bases with the infield up. But I'm looking at it right now. I'm wondering why, and it seems like, okay, we're going to move Devers up in the lineup. We're going to put him behind Duran. So you got left and left. Back-to-back hitters to open up a game, and then you got left, right? Bear with me here. And absolutely join the conversation. Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel. If you're listening to the podcast as your first listen Thursday, first off, thank you. And if you want to say, Lennox, you're absolutely insane, go right ahead at Lennox on Baseball. We can respond to comments there too. But do you take Jarren Duran out of the leadoff spot right now? Put him in the number 2 spot. You still have left on left. Put Devers in the 4 spot. O'Neill, you've had him in the 3 spots, so leave him there. Put Yoshida in the leadoff spot. I know he's not the fastest guy in the world, but we've seen, hey, remember back to Wade Boggs. Wade Boggs, leadoff hitter for the Red Sox, got on base. I don't know why I thought that when it was a 1-1 ball game, but what if you went Yoshida Duran? There was a stretch there. It was like 8 out of 10 games where Duran reached as a leadoff hitter. That's long gone in the rearview mirror. But I just wonder if you could do something with this lineup right now. I'd love to put Cedar Rafael up there. Guess what? I don't even consider that right now. Wilyer Abreu has been in the number 2 spot. I just feel like something, maybe Duran sees. Maybe Duran doesn't have to be the first batter to go up there, come back to the dugout and say, this is what he's throwing. Because we've seen leadoff hitters do that. But the way the lineup was, I mean, Devers again, 14 total strikeouts. That's too many. We know that. 1 for 7 runners in scoring position. At least they had some opportunities on Wednesday night with runners in scoring position. Left 3 runners on. Devers hit into the double play. That was late in the ballgame after Duran's go-ahead RBI base hit. But Abreu, 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts. You're not moving him up in the lineup. Casas, double. And that one really irked me. Not for Tristan Casas with the double. But Casas had the double in the 3rd inning. Story, F9. Rafaela strikeout. Duran lined out. Inning over. That was against Pepio. And Pepio, again, career high in strikeouts, 76 pitches total. You're not seeing enough pitches. You've walked twice so far in this series. There has to be adjustments. So, right now, can you make some adjustments in this batting order? Maybe it's just for the next couple of games. Change it up. Move some guys around in the lineup. I don't know how you do it. But maybe you just take Duran. It's not a punishment. But just maybe take some of the pressure off of him. Just a little bit. Hey, you're not going to lead off. We're going to put you in the number 2 spot. Let's see if we can get somebody on in front of you. Maybe you can see some different pitches. Maybe you can work some deep counts. They didn't really work deep counts against Pepio. He just went after him. Case in point, conclusion. He struck out 3 batters in the 5th inning on 9 pitches. We call that an immaculate inning. It's only happened twice this season. Gives you an idea of where the Red Sox are offensively. Right? That's where they're at. At bat of the night, Duran's base hit. For the first time, I was going to give it to the 3 strikeouts if they had lost the game. Pepio striking out 3 on 9 pitches in the 5th inning. That was going to be my at-bat of the night, or the game-winning hit for the Rays if it had come through. We've got some interesting numbers of the night. We do look ahead as well in our 3rd and final segment. Glad you're with us on the Locked On Red Sox postcast. Locked On Sports Boston, your team every day. And want to give a reminder as well, because, yes, some of you are quite aware that it's football season. My football season hasn't started yet, and I'm fine with that. Mike Debate does have you covered with Patriots coverage. You know that with the daily Locked On Patriots podcast. Cam Stewart's going to have you covered Thursday night with the Locked On Patriots postcast. Cam is going to be on following Thursday night's matchup against the New York Jets. Mike Debate, again, Locked On Patriots. Cam Stewart, Locked On Patriots postcast, all part of the Locked On Sports Network and the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel as well. Numbers of the night, we wrap things up, and we've got some other thoughts to share with you as well as the Red Sox pick up the 1-run victory against the Rays. We'll update you on the Tigers as well because we are scoreboard watching, and the Red Sox, the door may be pretty much closed, but it's not closed yet. And as Alex Cora said last weekend, somehow, some way, we're still alive and we're still breathing. And we'll take it at this point in the season, especially with how things have gone here since the All-Star break. Hey, we got a first-timer here. Steve Lennox with you, Locked On Sports Boston, your team every day. Tip of the cap to Arena Club. First time I've got the live read for Arena Club. So, Arena Club, thank you very much for being part of the Locked On Sports Network. For most of us that like collecting cards, the idea of spending $2,000 or more on a Luka, an Ellie, a Mahomes rookie card, it's just not in the cards. I love collecting. I do. But that's some serious money to drop. Thanks to Slab Packs from arenaclub.com, now it's possible to score gem mints for a fraction of their retail price. Arena Club is the only repack that provides real value, a complete view of all possible cards, and clear hit rates for each one. Arena Club Slab Packs are revolutionizing the repack game with transparency. After your pulls are revealed, they will be immediately placed in your showroom for safekeeping, selling, trading, or auction. The Arena Club grading process is accurate, fast, and transparent with a full grade rationale provided and explanation of how your card was scored. Whether you're buying, selling, trading, or displaying, Arena Club is the card collecting platform that you have to check out. Right now, you can get 10% off your first slab pack or card purchase by going to arenaclub.com/lockedonmlb. Use code LockedOnMLB. That's arenaclub.com/lockedonmlb. Code LockedOnMLB for 10% off your first purchase. So the Red Sox pick up the victory. Smoke and mirrors sometimes, right? Eighth inning in Kansas City. It looks like the Tigers are still leading that one 4-1 with the Royals coming to the plate. Who pitched tonight? Tarek Skubal, 5 innings. Ooh, 5 innings and 95 pitches for Skubal. So they are into the bullpen the rest of the way. And the bullpen for the Tigers are trying to get the final 3, 6, 9, 12 outs of the ballgame. So Skubal going 5. Tigers have said they're going to push him back when they can, and going 5 innings when you're trying to track down and chase down the Minnesota Twins, that's a little eye-opening. He did throw 95 pitches, so he was at the end of the line. Hey, if you're with us on the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel, we're at the end of the line with our third segment. Chime in with thoughts or comments as we wrap up here. Numbers of the night in just a moment. But I want to hit on a couple of things here. I'm not sure if it's Bayo right now, and I should have Nesson up. Shame on me. I do not. But it'll be interesting. Bayo pitched Saturday, right? Saturday against the Yankees, had an opportunity. As Alex Cora said, we missed our opportunity to drill Aaron Judge. Alex Cora was not suspended by Major League Baseball, although they did an investigation or had a conversation with the Red Sox skipper, and I don't think he deserved a game suspension or anything, a fine or anything for that matter. At least for the time being, it's done. The Red Sox pick up the victory. I'm still wondering where Rob Refsnyder is. Late scratch on Thursday, sore wrist, and he missed the rest of the Yankee series. He's missed the first 2 games of the series against the Rays as well. So Rafi Devers needs to get going. We know that. That is simple. Devers is hitless so far in the series, and it has not been pretty. 0 for 8, 5 strikeouts, hit into a double play in his final at-bat on Wednesday night after the RBI base hit off the bat of Jarren Duran. Can't give you 0 walks because Kenley did walk 2 in the 9th inning. But the Red Sox do have impressive numbers, walking 3 hitters or less in a game over the course of the season so far. Kenley, the save, is 27th on the year and the 447th of his big league career as well. Red Sox hit another home run, a solo shot from Trevor Story. You take it, and Story, 2 stolen bases and a single, and the go-ahead run scored in that 9th inning as well for the Sox. But the Red Sox have now gone, last number of the night, they've now gone 26 of their last 29 games where they've had, actually, let's go 33 out of their last 40, where they've had 9 hits or less. 10 hits in a game for the Red Sox, they've been few and far between an awful lot of late. Red Sox, they had 3 straight games where they didn't strike out 10 or more times. But prior to that, they had 5 straight games where they struck out 10 or more times. 13, 13, 10, 14, 12, and 14 again in what turned out to be a 2-1 victory on Wednesday night against the Tampa Bay Rays. What you also do, Royals have gotten a run in the 8th inning, so they are now to within 2 at 4-2 against the Detroit Tigers. I'm done scoreboard watching, I promise. But we did with the victory as well. You stayed in 3rd place for the Red Sox because Rays with a win, Red Sox with a loss Wednesday night, they would have been even. Same record with 10 games to go in the regular season. I can't believe it's here, but I said it on X Wednesday afternoon at Lennox on Baseball if you want to give a follow. I'm very sarcastic there. I'm very smart there. I've got a lot of useless baseball information that you can take in on the X, formerly known as Twitter. But I said it earlier in the day. Imagine the Red Sox win the next 2 against the Rays in St. Pete, Florida. By the way, 12,000 plus on hand Wednesday night for the Rays and the Red Sox. If the Red Sox take care of business, they did on Wednesday night. They do it again on Thursday night. Night game on getaway day for the Red Sox, so the Rays not helping out there. Twins have lost. Twins lose again. You're 3 with 3 to play against Minnesota. Then it's off to Montreal. Wow, wishful thinking. Then it's off to Toronto. 3 games against the Blue Jays, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, off day next Thursday, a week from tomorrow, and then 3 against this Rays team. The Rays at that point, you can call it playing out the stretch. Maybe the loss on Wednesday night sort of knocked them completely out, under 500. The Red Sox are a 500 team. I always say you're not talking about a team for a playoff spot, this case a wild card spot, the third wild card spot, unless you're 500. Red Sox are back to 500. I really do want to think they get there. And it's not a matter of taking 2 out of 3 from Minnesota. You've basically got to sweep the series. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Houck would be lined up to go again on Monday in the series opener against the Blue Jays. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, he would be just on normal 4 days rest. Houck would also be scheduled to go. If he got 2 more starts, he would be scheduled to go against the Rays in Game 2 of that series on what is my anniversary, Saturday, September 28th. Houck would be lined up to make those 2 next starts. Game 1 against Toronto Monday, second game against the Rays. If it doesn't mean anything in that Rays series, Houck probably doesn't go. If it doesn't mean anything on Monday, maybe Tanner Houck doesn't go. Maybe 4 innings of 1-run baseball against the Rays in St. Pete on Wednesday night is his final one of the year. I hope it's not. I really do. But the scenario is playing out. Alex Cora has called it. Hey, if we've got to be 3 games or less. The best you can be is 3 games out of the Minnesota Twins. I know you've got the Mariners in front. I know you've got the Tigers in front, but that's the team you're trying to reach right now, Minnesota. And you've got Minnesota on the schedule. So you see what happens here over the next couple of days. I really thought with last night's loss, it was basically, quote-unquote, playing out the stretch. Right now, the Red Sox are saying no. We're going to give you a glimmer of hope. It's a glimmer, but there's a little hope. As always, we do thank you for joining us here on the Locked On Red Sox postcast. We are going to be on and live within minutes of the last out of Thursday's finale against the Rays at Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, Florida. Again, within minutes of the last out Thursday night with our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast. As always, we do appreciate you and your support with us along the way. Still a lot of baseball to be played. It's hard to believe. I want to thank our sponsors, Game Time, FanDuel, and Arena Club, with its debut on the Locked On Red Sox postcast as well. Locked On Sports Boston, number 1 place to hang out immediately after every game. Locked On Sports, your team, your Red Sox, every day.